What up, Joey?
What's up? Dude, why the fuck is this not working?
Morning, Roger.
Morning.
Oh, fuck yeah, it's working now.
Okay, we're going to get started.
Somebody, so go and get to clapping. Go pop a phone, drop it on me. Turn around and drop it for me. Drop it for me. I'll bet the beach house in Miami. Wake up with no cabin. Choose the tail for dinner. Pull yourself, that's heavy. Got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Take my wallet if you want it.
Okay. All right, it looks like Brianna had one on. I had one on. Okay. All right, we're going to get started. We have a guest this morning that we're going to have on, and I'm not sure he's on yet, but he will be on pretty soon if he's not on already, Mr. Neil Schwartz. We're going to have him today as a speaker, very successful broker, owner, Mike Ferry, first coach. So we're going to have that today to listen to, and I'm sure we'll get some great information. So let's see, we've got 39 of you on right now. So might as well go over the dates to remember now, or should we wait for Neil, Joe? What do you want to do?
Let's do dates to remember.
Okay. All right. So Monday through Thursday, and you guys are learning so much. Yesterday was Juan Martinez. The day before was George Morris. Today is going to be Neil Schwartz. So every one of you that's been on those trainings at 9 o'clock have received a lot of great information. So that's Monday through Thursday with Joe at 9 a.m. And then we have Bible study with Danny Avendano at 12 o'clock on Monday. Danny, are you on right now?
Yes, Richard. Good morning, Richard. Good morning,
sir.
everyone.
Good morning.
I am on
Good
the
morning.
call. Just wanted to say, yes, we have Bible study on Monday at 12 o'clock. Everyone is welcome. So if you want to come and learn about God, come and get a closer relationship with him and understand his plan and purpose for your life, please join us on Monday. God bless you all.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Danny. Okay, and then we have Thursday contract class with Kyle. But before that, on Wednesday, another training on Monday and Wednesday, actually, of this week at 11 a.m. Virtual tours training and virtual tools training. A lot of you have been on that too, so thank you very much. You guys are learning a lot about the tools that you have that will make your career so much better and easier to work with. So that's on Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. with Kyle. Okay, that's on Zoom, by the way. So click on that. And then book club. We meet every Friday, at 8 a.m. And right now we're going over a book, Molly's Game. Who wants to talk about this? Virginia or Jesus or Patricia? Which one of you? Or even Soko? There's Jesus.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning. Good morning.
Today we review chapters 4 to 8, 5 chapters. Next week, chapters 9 to 14. It's a great book, guys, and very much motivational. So we invite you. Molly's Game.
Says 13.
Name of it. So that's all. Friday, 8
All right.
Start.
Thank you. And if those of you that have watched the movie, it says 13 days. Okay, if you guys have watched the movie Molly's Game, watch that movie. It's on Netflix, but the book is so much better because it actually gives names of the people that she dealt with, celebrities, millionaires, billionaires. Didn't show that in the movie, but the book really spells it out really nice. So anyway, thank you for that. And by the way, we are going to have her on a Zoom meeting as soon as we can arrange that. We'll have her on a Zoom meeting so we can interview her, ask her questions. Okay. Next Friday, also another sales meeting at 9 a.m. And by the way, today is Christina Hernandez's birthday. Christina, are you on this call right now? Are you on Zoom? Christina Hernandez is on. I can see her. So why don't we sing her happy birthday? Because she's on. She's going to hear everybody.
I think you mixed up the Christina's because it's not my birthday today.
It's not. Well,
no.
I have a little note here that tells me Christina Hernandez's birthday. So maybe we have another Christina Hernandez.
Well, I welcome the happy birthday though. Thank you.
When is your birthday, Christina?
October 30th.
October 30th. Okay, so we need to find out. Maybe it's another Christina. So
Maybe Christina Kim.
Hey, Richard, that was Zillow.
Zillow is at it again. Jesus, Zillow. They're always getting involved.
My gosh.
Make me look silly.
But thank you for thinking
That's
of me.
okay. That's okay.
Good morning, Halloween.
Okay,
Yep.
Jesus. All right. So anyway, it's not her birthday, but have a nice day anyway, Christina. Okay.
It is
Thank
Jose
you.
Gutierrez's birthday.
It is Jose Gutierrez. Is he on? Is Jose Gutierrez on? Let me see. Jose, are you on? Jose Trujillo is? No, Jose is not. So when you see Jose Hernandez, or Jose Gutierrez, I'm sorry, or Christina Gutierrez, when you see Jose Gutierrez, give him happy birthday today. Okay, guys? All right, so we got dates to remember. And next we have that virtual tool training. Put it up again, Brianna, if you'd like. Virtual training, tools training. Guys, this is really important. It's what you have available to you. You really have to start using it. Okay, all the virtual tools, especially in this pandemic right now, guys. This is what better time to learn about what you can do during the times when you have to do everything virtually just about. Okay, so please get on it, learn about it. And these are all things that we can continue using even when the pandemic is gone and it's open to everybody. These are tools that you can use always, okay? So be on that. Okay, let's see, what's next? Joe, is Neil on yet?
Neil Schwartz, are you out there yet? Neil Schwartz. I don't see him
I
yet.
don't see him.
Let me try to call him over here. You guys start off.
Oh, there he is. He's on. He's on now. Neil is on. Yes.
All right. Let me find
Okay.
him.
You just have to unmute yourself, Neil, and let us know that you're there. You can hear us, and we can hear you.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
sir. Good morning, Neil.
Hey,
All right, Joe, take it away.
You want to do Neil first? You want to do a little bit of the meat and more of the introduction
Let's-
stuff?
Would you mind doing a little bit of the meeting first?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thanks.
very
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Let's do
Thanks,
that.
guys.
Okay, not a problem.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Okay, so let's continue. Now we've got new agents to welcome here with us this morning. New agents today. We have Edwin Ramirez is an agent. Finally got Edwin.
Finally.
Edwin is here.
No.
Good addition to our
We need
company.
to thank Laura because we only chased
Yeah.
Edwin for the last year and 3/4.
Right. Yeah. So Laura, let's give Laura a big round of applause, guys. Everybody, please. Yay,
Come on,
Laura.
you can smile, Laura.
Yes,
Thumbs up.
Really, really. Yeah.
I
Really
won't get mad. Come on,
that's
smile.
great. And then we also have welcome Paul Sarmiento, new agent here in the office. So give him a big round of applause. Welcome, make him feel at home, guys. And also Jose Sanchez, a new agent here in the office that Laura has signed up this week. So thank you guys. And thank you, Joseph Jr. Villascusa, also helping Laura with all this stuff. So thank you guys very much. Next, we have the slideshow. Let's see who's got a listing. Let's see who's first. Hopefully Lulu is on. Lulu's our first person on the slideshow. She has a listing in Paramount. Whittier, I'm sorry, on Strub Avenue and Whittier. Lulu, are you on by any chance? No, she's not, but she's got a listing in Whittier on Strub. It's a 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,608 square feet at 679,000. So if you have a buyer for that, please give Lulu a call. And if you don't have a buyer, guess what? Find one for this property. We need to get this sold in Whittier, guys and gals. So now we have Erica. Erica, is Erica on by any chance? Erica, do we have you on, Erica? She's got a listing on 15354 Perilla Avenue in Paramount. It's a 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 652 square feet at 395,000. So you see the pictures there. If you have a buyer for that, please give Erica a call. Let's get it sold. And if you don't have a buyer, go out and find one, please. You have a nice listing there to sell. Next, we have Danny and Jenny. Danny, tell us about this one in Los Angeles. Danny, you on?
Good morning, everyone. Again.
Good morning,
yes,
Danny.
this property
Yes.
just came back on the market. It's on Corbett. The zip code is 90016, one of the best zip codes in the city of Los Angeles. It's Baldwin Hills area. I need your help. I need to get this one in escrow because we already have this client in escrow on his purchase. It's listed at $945,000 currently. Yeah, it is one of those really, really nice homes. The square feet on the house itself is about 1,400, and give or take a few, about 500 on the rec room that they have permitted in the garage, which has a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, a living area, like a little kitchenette. So you can sell to your clients in the sense that they can rent it out and they can get extra income. The house is in turnkey condition. It's in immaculate condition. So anybody who has a client, please send them our way. I am going to start negotiating with the seller to start opening it up and start doing something with that property. So please send clients our way. Thank you.
All right, Danny, congratulations. Now, Danny, how did you get this listing?
So this is the father of a past client. So
Center of influence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good job, center of influence. But that doesn't work, guys. So continue not to call your center of influence so that somebody else will get those listings. And of course, I'm being facetious. Guys, if you didn't call your sphere of influence this week, you really lost out. You missed a lot of money out there. Call your sphere every day, at least 5. Okay, and you call more if you can. Okay, next we have Abel. I know Abel is on. Abel, tell us about 75th Street. Hello, Abel.
Hello, can you hear me?
There you go. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a flip. It just hit the market. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,500 square feet, 6,000 square foot lot. Yeah, ready to move in.
All
Send your
right,
buyers.
Abel. All right, Abel, how did you get this listing?
Center of influence.
Center of influence. Good job. Good job. Keep in touch with all your sphere, guys. All right. Thank you very much. If you have a buyer for that, please give Abel a call, or better yet, send him an offer. All right. Next, we have Cesar Sendejas. Cesar has a listing on Cornuda Avenue in Bellflower. It's a 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1,492 square feet at 640,000. So if you have a buyer for that, please give him a call, or better yet, send him an offer and get it sold. And if you don't have a buyer for that, go find one. Okay, next we have Jorge Gamboa. Jorge, are you on? Jorge Gamboa has a listing on Pepperwood Avenue in Long Beach. It's a 4 bedroom, 4 bath, 1,492 square feet at 1,580,000. Looks like a very nice home there. So if you have a buyer for that, please give Jorge a call. And if you don't have one, go find one. And better yet, go find another listing. Okay, good job. Next, we have Jesus. I know Jesus is on. Tell us about this one on Lanham Avenue in La Puente.
Yes, everyone. Thank you. This is NOD that I picked up cold calling. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, almost 18,000 square feet lot. It has an unpermitted 2 bedrooms and unpermitted bathroom. It's a great opportunity for a flipper. Right now, actually, we just opened escrow today. So it's out of the market, sorry. But thank you.
All right, Jesus, I want to tell you, you had 3 ums and 3 ahs, okay, during that time. So
Sorry.
remember Toastmasters. All right, guys, that's it. So let's give Jesus and everybody that took a listing so far this week, give them a big round of applause, guys. Good job. All right, anybody have another listing they want to promote that wasn't on the slideshow? Anybody? Now's your chance. Get that listing sold, guys. Okay, we don't have
Richard,
anybody.
I have a
Oh,
listing
there we
in
go,
Downey.
Irene.
I have a
Yes,
listing
tell
in
us about
Downey.
that one, Irene.
It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and it is little over 1,500 square foot house. It's a corner lot. It has 3 beautiful garages, and it's detached, and it's right down the street from Golden Park, and the lot size is 6,000.
Okay, good job. I know you just got that yesterday and it was kind of late
That's
to
fine.
put it on the slideshow, but
That's fine.
we can put it on next week if you
No
haven't
problem.
already sold it, okay? So
Okay,
good
thank
job,
you.
Irene. Good job,
Thank
Irene.
you.
Keep up the good work. Okay, next, anybody else want to promote a listing?
Yeah, Richard, I'm picking one
Yes.
up tonight. I'm going to be in the city of Ontario. It's on Lynn Haven. It's about 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1,300 square feet. It is a kind of fixer. Properties in Ontario are going like madhouse, and they're selling like crazy. We're listing this property at 400,000. They are leaving the state. They're moving to Utah, but it is going to be available possibly on Saturday. So it is a different county. So if anybody has anyone interested in Ontario, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. And so it's a really, really nice piece of property. I'm also going to pick up another one in next Tuesday, in the city of Los Angeles. It's a single family residence with a ADU, permitted ADU. This one's going to be $745, but it's completely remodeled. It's in a nicer zip code in the city of Los Angeles, 90043. Nice area, nice little residential area there. So if anyone has any buyers, just send them our way. Thanks. Bye.
All right, good job, Danny.
I have one too.
I guess, Danny, you're gonna have to, right after the meeting, you're gonna have to get over there to get to Ontario by this afternoon, right? Just
Well, I
kidding.
have an appointment with them
Okay.
at 6 o'clock.
Okay, well,
So,
then you can
yeah.
leave around noon then. All right, guys.
Ontario's
All right,
only
next.
30 minutes away, Richard. What are you talking about?
I'm just joking. Come on, Zillow's involved again. All right, so who else? Somebody
Richard.
else had a listing. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Danny Navarro. I have a property coming up in Boyle Heights. It's 750 square feet. It's brand new construction that I built, and it's going to be going on the market for $389. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and like the lot size is like 2,500 square feet.
Okay.
And then
how did you?
It's my own house. I mean, I built it.
All right, good job.
Also, too, I have a property. I don't have the address in front of me right now, but it's in Watts. They're like a week out. It's across the street from the Jordan Projects for $399, and another property in Long Beach for about $1 million in Bixby Knolls. That I can send the address. I don't have it in front of me right now. And then Bixby Knolls, and then another one in Linwood, right off the 110 on Long Beach as well that I can share. I just don't have the address in front of me.
All right, guys. Okay, good job, Danny. So guys, there's some more listings for you to sell. So give Danny a call if you have a buyer for any of those areas. Yes, who else? Okay, nobody else, so let's continue. All right, so let's go with our top selling agents for the month of August so far. Middle of the month, almost the middle of the month tomorrow. So we've got a lot of you guys. Look at you, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 14 of you with 2 sales each already, and you got 2 weeks to go. Look at Elva, just came aboard, and Elva's got 2 sales. Good job for Elva. Good job for all of you. Give yourselves a big round of applause, guys. This is 3rd place with 2 sales each. Okay, so let's go with number 2. Number 2 with 3 sales each. We've got 5 of you that qualified or actually tied for 2nd place with 3 sales each, with 2 weeks left in the month. So you guys should have at least 6 sales for the month, right? Let's give them a big round of applause, guys. Good job, and gals. Okay, number 1 in 1st place, not birthday girl, Christina Hernandez, and number 1 tied with Miguel Gonzalez Jr. with 4 sales each. Look at the smiles on their faces, man. They are happy about their 4 sales. And guess what? It's only the first 2 weeks. 2 more weeks, 4 more sales. Not bad, guys. Give them a big round of applause. Good job, guys. All right, top listing agents for the month of August. Okay, 14 of you guys. 14 of you guys and gals tied with 1 listing each so far. Okay. Coming up, there you go. You guys, 1 listing each, which means it gives you 2 more weeks to get 1 more listing at least, okay? And some of these are really good listings, so thank you guys. Give them a big round of applause. All right. In 2nd place, 6 of you tied with 2 listings each. Look at Adrisi, Pablo, Luther, Jesus, Manuel Avila, and Cesar Sendejas. So let's give them a big round of applause. There you go, guys. So see that? Adrisi, Pablo, Luther, Jesus, Manuel, and Cesar. So big round of applause for them. All right, good job. Now, drum roll for top listing agents so far for August, okay? Little drum roll. And there he is, Mr. Jorge Gamboa with 3 listings. Big round of applause. All right, Jorge, good job. Let's see who our top 5 closers are so far for August. In 5th place, we have Miss Jeanette Salazar, that always seems to be there for us. Jeanette Salazar. Number 4, Danny Navarro. Number 3, look at a big smile on Rosa Villaseñor and Luther. Number 2 and number 1, Diana Hernandez. Diana Hernandez at 38,125 so far, 2 weeks into the month. So let's give them a big round of applause. Good job, guys and gals. All right, let's see who our top 10 are for year to date. Year to date, top 10. We have in 10th place, Rookie of the Year last year, Miss Marilyn Martinez at 151,000. Number 9, Adrisi Osnak at 152,663. Give them a round of applause. Number 10 and number 9. Let's see number 8 and number 7, Mr. Carlos Nogales at 160,949. Paola Melendez at 174. Good job. You guys having a good year so far. So give them a big round of applause. Let's see, number 6, 5, and number 4. Erica Moreno at number 6. Number 5, Mercedes de la Cruz. And number 4, Diana Hernandez at 236,000. In a couple of weeks, you'll be a Centurion agent, Diana. I know that. All right, so let's see our top 3. Top 3 agents. These are top 3 closers for the month of August. we have in third place, Mr. Danny Navarro at 263,275. Also be Centurion soon. The next couple closings will make him Centurion. Big round of applause for Danny. Danny, good job. Let's see, second place, Mr. Miguel Gonzalez Jr. at 276,654. Big round of applause for Miguel. Good job, Miguel. And in first place, our first Centurion for the year is Mr. Luther Sanchez at 338,412. Good job. Big round of applause for number one. Good job, guys and gals. All of you. Big round of applause. And thank you very much for your support, your production, your loyalty. So thank you very much, all of you. So now let's take it away, Mr. Joe V, our leader, Mr. Joe V. Give him a big round of applause, guys. Come on.
All right. Hey, can you guys all mute
All
yourself?
right.
I'm listening to someone's phone call right now. Manuel or Gabby or whoever can turn off the mute. Brianna. Hey, gang. Good morning, everybody. Joe V. Escusa here. Before we get started, you guys got to mute yourself. Can you mute them, Brianna? Okay, good. Before we get started, one little housekeeping thing, gang, that you saw the little Facebook post I put out there regarding those of you that are utilizing the Tesla stations. When you use the Tesla stations here, you got to put the cord back. You can't throw it on the ground. You can't put it on the grass because the water goes on at night. The water goes into the contactors. The contactors break the breakers, and we have to have electricians come out here and fix it. So if you're going to use it, please just wrap the cord back up. Don't throw it down like you're at home or something like that. Just please respect other people's things, and it'll all work for everybody. So enough of that. Hey, Neil, you're out there, right?
I'm right here.
God, you sound good. You look good. You got those headphones on. You really sound good with those headphones on.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Neil, we got one thing with all the speakers. We got to ditch the jacket. We got to get comfortable because we're going to roll our sleeves up and get into some heavy lifting here.
I love it. I love it. Good stuff.
Hey, yeah, listen, before we get started, I've known Neil, for probably 35 years now because of primarily Mike Ferry, but obviously also through the Central 21 system. I have total respect and what he's accomplished. Tell us a little about you, Neil. How many offices, how many agents, and we're going to get into some questions regarding what's making agents successful and not successful, because I know you do a lot of coaching also.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you. I know some of you by name, some of you by face. It's really cool. What you guys are doing here is really great. Most offices don't do any of this kind of stuff. It's very, very unique. So congratulations, Joe, for the leadership, and Richard and your team. This is a big deal. This is really a big deal, especially in all the craziness that's going on. Century 21 Masters is 9 offices, 9 franchises right now. We have some executive suites and we have some larger offices. Nothing as big as what you have, but there's 9 offices, about 200 agents total. And I started the company in 1989. I've actually been practicing real estate since 1973, I think. Yeah. I think I have, my license is like 01. And going just as strong today, I think, as I was years ago, and just keep getting better, and with all the different things that are going on. And we certainly got thrown a curve with this COVID-19 stuff, and it's something, it's waters we've never navigated before, yet we have an opportunity to navigate them today, and that's kind of what we're doing. We're doing it with Zoom. I mean, it's fantastic. There's 85 people on this call right now. I mean, I think that's pretty cool, Joe. Really good job at getting them here. So,
thank you.
Yeah. So how can I help you today?
Here's a question, Neil. You've seen some agents, you have them in your company just like us. What are some of your agents that are doing better through the pandemic? What are they doing differently today that some agents may not be doing?
No, it's a great question. I think we're always looking at that. What makes an above average, what I call a superstar, a legend agent, the legend agent versus an average agent. And, you know, I'm prospecting, I'm making phone calls, I'm talking to expires, I'm talking to for sale by owners. I'm just not getting listings. What the heck's going on? And the difference, I think, comes down to a couple of things when you see the individual. It's practicing the skills. And I know you guys hear this stuff all the time. I'm sure you guys talk about it in your office meetings and in all your coaching, but it's practicing the skills. When you know what to say and how to say it at a really high level, you're excited about prospecting. And that's what gets people out there. I mean, we interview top agents all the time. We're looking at what the differences are. And practice comes in the top 1, 2, 3 categories. Discipline, being disciplined, doing your job on a regular basis, even on the days you don't want to. Those are the things that you have to do. And COVID-19 is just taking, and then leadership, you know, and so Joe, what you're doing here, what we do at Masters. I mean, it was March 16th, we went into lockdown. We went, the governor said, you know, go home. And we went home. And in March 17th, we opened up our virtual real estate company and started the virtual Masters real estate selling system. And we were up and running, focused, role-playing, scripts, dialogues, doing all the kinds of things that needed to be done, taking action, getting out there and being leaders. And that's what the agents are looking for. That's why you have 85 people on this call, Joe. I mean, they're looking for your leadership and you're providing it. And I think that's terrific.
Thanks. Hey, before I forget, I think the guy who had license number 2 told me to give you a shout out. That was Gary Howard.
Maybe.
Gary Howard. So back
I don't know
day,
if he's in front of me or I'm behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. He's 75 years old.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So he told me to say hello to you. But so let's take the reverse role. What are the agents that haven't made the adjustments? What do you see them doing?
They're
Staying
hiding.
at home, watching
They're hiding.
TV, hiding.
They're hiding.
Yeah.
They're afraid. They're hiding. They're not doing any of the stuff. They're not showing up on this call. You know, I guarantee you have more than 85 people in your company, right? But you have 85 people on this call. They're not showing up. I mean, look, we have every morning since the 17th of March, we get a group together to role play, and we do our role play, virtual role play at 7:30 to 8:30 to 9 in the morning. We have a group of people that have never missed. We have some people that have come in and out, but we have some people that have never missed, and they are crushing it. And then, you know, I mean, I probably have 40, 45 people that show up on a regular basis, but I have way more than 45 people in the company, and they come in and they come out and that kind of stuff. And you can look at their attendance and being part of what we do, you know, because we role play every day from 8:30 to 9. We show up and prospect from 9 to noon every day, well, Monday through Friday. We do a 12:15 class. We do a 1 o'clock class. We do a 3:30 class. We're doing 18 hours of training, and we keep track of who shows up. And Joe, it's really interesting. The people who show up regularly are our top people.
Yep.
The people who don't, starving to death, literally starving to death.
Well, here's something, you know George Morris like me. He was on this week, Central and Everest, and he did just a great job. And when you talk about skills and talk about discipline and showing up, I get to participate in their sales meeting next week. Now get this, gang. Neil said between 8:30 and 9. Ours was 8 or 9 o'clock. We're back at 9 o'clock. Now here's the difference between number 1 and number 2 and everybody else. I have to be ready at 7 a.m. because they start at 7 a.m. They haven't changed a bit since this whole COVID virus thing. So how committed do you have to be in his office to show up at 8 o'clock in the morning? I'm sorry, 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, now is this virtual for most agents? He says most agents will be still in the office at 7 a.m. So there's a testament to what you're talking about showing up discipline and building your skills every single day, because even the best agents, even the best of them, sometimes they fall off this system that we have because they get out there and they get busy doing stuff. So I think sometimes the best agents are sometimes the ones that need this because they have this God-given ability to sell, like you and me, maybe, where it was just inherent or we practice it. But think what would happen if they were engaged in some type of coaching. So talk about coaching and how important that is, how you see it. It's so important for agents.
Well, we think it's like oxygen. We think in our company, it's the secret sauce. It's what makes the difference in our organization. We coach, everyone has an opportunity to be coached. We coach probably 75 to 80% of the people on a weekly basis in some type of one-on-one format. So we're doing that constantly. Skills, scripts, and dialogues. We rewrote all the scripts to make it COVID friendly because we had to change some of those kinds of things out there. So we did that. And the scripts, the dialogues, the practicing, we had them, we had to recreate our pre-listing package, because the pre-listing packages were all, deliver kind of pre-listing packages. So we had to switch all of that to a virtual pre-listing package. So we had to create them, and then we had to practice the delivery so it would make a difference, because just sending it in the email all by itself or sending it in a text, people don't read that stuff, and we want to make sure that they take a look at it. We had to create the virtual listing presentation, so we have to go through that. So all of this is done in the coaching of the individual agents. And Joe, I don't have to tell you that some agents get the computer and get the ability to be able to do that quickly, and others you have to keep teaching it and teaching it and teaching it and teaching it and teaching it, and then they still don't get it. But to be successful today, you have to be able to, number one, present your listing presentation virtually, in my opinion, and number two, where we go a little step further, is we teach our agents how to actually get the contract signed on the presentation, where they don't have to wait. So that's where the coaching makes a difference. Everybody's slightly different, as you know, and that's where we have to kind of, that's what makes the difference in the secret sauce.
So how does an agent become more coachable?
In my opinion, it's about deciding what's important to them, okay? What do they want? Now, earning $100,000 a year is a common number that we hear. Earning $200,000 a year is a common number. I want to make $200,000. Unless you tie something tangible to the dollar amount, most people will never earn their goal. But if you tie something to it, so for me, and my goals originally was that I made a promise to my children that I would, they get into the college of their choice. I'll pay for the college that they choose to get into. And that was the deal that we had. And every morning I would go in my head, I would say, okay, so I made this commitment. I did the math on it. I have 4 kids. I assume they're all going to Ivy League schools. That was my assumption. Didn't happen. I had one that did that, but typically that's not what happened. And all of those cost a lot of money. And one of them is a ball player, and she was playing NCAA basketball gal. So I knew my wife wanted to travel and go see her play the games. So that cost a little bit more money. So I did all the math on this, and it was like $1.4 million I had just promised to my children before taxes. And I go, whoa, man, how am I going to pay for this? So I did all the math and how I'm going to pay for it. And then I created in my head this little thing that said, geez, what if my children achieve their goal, but I didn't have the money to pay for the school when they achieved their goal? And so the dad I am, and I suspect the dad you are, is if you make a promise to your kid, you don't ever want to renege on that for me, I would melt if my kid got into the school of their choice and did all the stuff, and they came running and I did it. Look, it was great. I need a check by Thursday for $50,000, and I wouldn't have it. I would melt as a dad. Okay, so I would make sure that I had that. That's what the goal. That's the money side was $1.4 million for that project. But what was more important is that I wouldn't disappoint my kid. So the days I didn't want to get up and do what I was supposed to do, that's what I did. That's what we have to do as individuals. We have to tie the money goal to something that's really, really, really important to us, and we'll make the money to pay for that. Does that make sense, Joe?
It does. And then, when you look at this, and I was just doing an interview, and they were talking about coaching, and you and I have been in coaching since day one, sometimes 2, 3, 4 coaches, because we're probably real slow learners. But I was calculating, Neil, how much it cost me in coaching, and get this, over 33 years is just under $1 million. Now, it sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but over 33 years, it's only $29,000 a year. And to look at the value I get. So when I talked to Mike, our friend, he says, "Guy, you got a deal over the years over this." He said, "Look how much you've made." So, and that is so true. So let's say it from the perspective of a top agent, an agent who's $100,000 and they want to do better. What would you do differently today because we know that most of our competition is that they're sleeping, they're comatose, they're scared, whatever it is. And I think this is a great opportunity. So what would you today as an agent they know how to do the blocking and tackling, they got the scripts, but they just want to go really to that next level?
Okay. So yeah, you're right. This is an amazing opportunity right now. And in fact, I was saying that since March 17th. We will, in our lifetimes, we will never see this amazing opportunity again. Now, look, I don't want to be callous. People are sick. Some people are dying. This is not necessarily good stuff. However, in all of the clouds that are around us, there is a silver lining. And that silver lining is, for us, there's a huge opportunity. I always say that our real estate license is like the lottery ticket. This is the Willy Wonka golden ticket, man. This is fantastic.
The Willy Wonka?
Willy Wonka. Yeah, Willy Wonka was a show on, I'm dating myself. It was a movie. And they had this thing where they had a golden ticket.
Gold ticket.
Golden, you remember? Okay, see, Richard knows. Okay. So there is a movie. It's a Willy Wonka.
Was it black and white?
I think it was silent movie. Right, Richard? Silent movie, wasn't it?
No, well, you know what? I could say yes, but it's not to follow the joke, right? It was exactly. A full color, baby.
Yeah. It was a Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder was in it. It was funny. It was great. It was fantastic. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. I have 8 grandchildren, so I get to watch stuff like that all the time. How'd I get on that track?
Well, take your best agent.
They got the golden ticket, you said, Neil.
Yeah, we do have the golden ticket.
That's where you were.
Do. Go ahead, Richard. Excuse me. Go ahead, Joe. What was
the
question?
Someone you're coaching, someone you see from a distance, what are they doing differently today? Is it a mindset? Is it an action step? Is it a listing presentation? Is it Zoom? Is it social media? Is it a lot of everything?
It's a little of everything, but so first of all, to me, it's baby steps consistently, not giant steps occasionally. And I think that's where we get ourselves in trouble. Okay. We have to take the little steps. So I am back to the scripts. Mm-hmm. How well do you know the scripts? If you have, here's the thing: prospect, present, close, and pre-qualify. That's the deal. If you know the scripts and dialogues at a really high level, you own those, you're excited about making a presentation. So you're excited about prospecting. I want to prospect. I want to find something. I make a great presentation. The end to a great presentation is a natural close. And we're always pre-qualifying because we only want to work with this market We only want to work with half the buys and half the sells. If they're not a half to buy and they're not a half to sell, don't have them in your life. Half to buy, half to sell. So we have to pre-qualify them. We have to know what to say and how to say it. When you know what to say and how to say it, you're excited about that. So the first thing we have, all of the superstars you're talking about are knowing what to say and how to say it at a high level. And they're practicing 2-3 times a day to get it and get better at it. So that's the first thought. The second one is to know the inventory. It's a little harder to know the inventory today, but you have to know the inventory. So means you have to sit down and look at the pictures and look at what's going on and see where it is on the street. You know, we have great tools today. You know, you can go into Google Maps and you can see the property, and you can see, like I was actually looking at my house. I have an alley in the backyard. I didn't even know it was on Google Maps. You can actually see the back of my house. You can get in the alley and see what's going on. I think that was fantastic. You can preview property using Google Maps. You can see what's going on the street. You can turn around. You can see the house across the street. You know how sometimes when we show property and we haven't previewed, that's a problem. And you drive up to the house, and it's ugly next door. It's got 3 cars in the drive, on the lawn, and you got a great house you're showing, and you got 3 houses on the lawn. Well, the buyer's mad at you because they should have kind of been warned about that happening. You can see that sometimes on Google Maps. So it's just things like that we have to learn. We have to preview properties on a really regular basis, scripts and dial, and then we have to know why we're doing this. It's not enough to do it for 100,000 or 150,000 or 200. I talk to my agents all the time. Why are you doing this? Tell me your goal. Tell me your money goal. Tell me your number of transactions goal. And now let's connect it to why you're doing this, why you're going to get up in the morning, what's going on, why you're going to stay out till 4, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Why are you doing this? Because if you don't have the why, the how is painful.
Here's another one. We have agents that are new, and obviously they're going to go through that learning curve. It takes time, and their readiness level, mental level is, it's always different. But talk about or think about the agent who's been in the business 1, 2, 3 years. They've had some level of success, but they just can't seem to get over that mountain. Let's talk about them for a second.
It's complacency. Again, it's a coaching conversation. So tell me how many properties you have. Tell me how much money you earn. Tell me your life. Do you want to send your kids to school? Do you want to send your kids to an Ivy League school? I mean, that's $60,000, $70,000 a year before taxes. And it's 4 years. That's $240,000 before taxes, real money. And that probably doesn't count very much airfare coming back and forth to the house. So is that important to you? If it is, you need to be able to fund it. If it's not important to you, how about paying for your mom and dad's house? Nothing gave me, my parents made good money, but one day they were buying another piece of property, and my dad needed $150,000 to close the deal. It was a 2-week loan. It was no big deal. He had the money someplace else. I'm telling you, nothing made me prouder than to be able to hand my dad $150,000 to make his life a teeny bit easier, just a teeny bit easier. Every single one of us on this have someone in their life that they need or want to do something for. So find that and go for it. Look, if it's a Maserati, let it be a Maserati, but generally it's helping others, paying for school, paying off a mortgage for a loan. When I was coaching one of the gals in the Midwest, when I was doing this professionally for Mike Ferry, she made more money than almost anyone in the city. And I said, so we kept looking for what, she wanted to make some more money. She wanted to have a goal. So there's a clock in the town square, and the clock hadn't worked her whole life. And I don't know why it came up, but she mentioned it to me. And I said, well, how much would it cost to fix the clock? Would that be important to you? Wow, that would be really important. I'd love to do that. That clock has never worked. And I said, well, why don't you do some research, find out what it cost. And anyway, bottom line, it was about $100,000 to fix the clock. Big deal. Well, we set a goal, and over the next 3 years, to have her earn an additional $100,000 over what she needed to be able to make the commitment to fix the clock. And that's what she did. And that clock today runs in her little town because of the work she did. Had another gal, Joe, who wanted to help battered women. I didn't go into the history exactly why, but she wanted to do this. And she wanted to buy a safe house. So this is someplace in Arizona. So she went out and bought a safe house with a pool. We did all the calculations there. And it was $300,000-$400,000, and she wanted to figure the whole thing out. She did all the math on it. And over the next 5 years, we created a plan for her to be able to donate this safe house to battered women. We have to find the why on every level. And when we do that, the how is easy or easier.
It is. And I think sometimes it's just making the decision that we're not going to continue to live the way we are.
Right.
And that can change overnight when you physically make that decision that you're going to be different the next day.
One of my favorite sayings that most people really don't like when I say it is, you are where you are in life because it's okay with you. You are where you are in life today because it's okay with you. Because I know, you know, Joe, that if it's not okay, you'd change it. You'd make a difference. And that's the difference in the coaching and the conversations that we have, that you have with your agents, I have with my agents, that, okay, what do we need to do? How can we help you change your life? And it's not $100,000. It's not the money. It's what the money will do for you.
Yeah.
What it will buy for you, what it will do for your family.
Yeah.
That's the why.
Let's do this if you don't mind. We have a few agents that want to ask you some direct questions. So you guys go in and unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and let's have at it. Jesus, you out there?
Yeah, Neil, I want to ask you something first, or say something. You said small steps consistently, large steps occasionally?
So it's small steps consistently, giant steps occasionally.
Occasionally, that's what it was. And you said something really important. If you don't have the why, the how is very painful. That is so powerful.
Very painful. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you.
Neil, how are you? This is Jesus Barronski, 21 All-Stars. Thank you for those stories. They're very touching, very
Thank you.
emotional. I can
Thank you.
feel your emotion. Thank you for sharing them.
Thank you.
If you were, when you were new, what was your niche when you were prospecting? And also, what were the books that you would suggest for us agents to read, and what books had an impact in your life? 3 in 1, sorry.
So taking myself mentally back to my very beginning, when I was listing and selling houses, is that what you're referring to, Jesus? Right.
Yes,
okay.
When you were brand new, what was the niche that made you explode to be such a great agent before you became a broker?
Well, I was a good agent. I was not a great agent at the time, okay? I actually exploded, I think, as a broker, manager, mentor, coach, as opposed to particularly an agent. I was kind of, you know, when they talk about the coaches, sometimes the best coaches are not necessarily the top athletes, as an example, okay? So that's kind of where I put myself in. I was a good agent. I think I'm a great coach and manager. But to your point, in the beginning, it was little goals. I didn't have a lot of money when I started, and I actually borrowed $10,000 from the bank to get started in real estate. Okay, at the time you could. I don't think you can today, but I got a $10,000 signature loan. I went down to Security Pacific Bank, and I'd got my real estate. I'd had a real estate license, and but I got really scared. I mean, it was interest rates were 12%. There were 12 points. FHA was 10 or 12 points at the time. This is 1972. I mean, I mean, people. I tell these stories, and they go, no. Yeah, Yeah, interest was 12%, points were 12 points. I mean, it was wacky, okay? And I started in real estate and was there for a little while, but I got afraid, and I went and got a quote unquote real job for a couple of years. And I worked for a guy in the train wreck business. And that's really where I honed my selling skills. I sold damaged merchandise over the phone to major companies. And that's where I really got, and that's where I learned scripts. I actually had a script, you know, and learned the script, and then sold the merchandise and did that, and then had it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I worked for a guy named Seymour Nadelman, and those of you guys know the story of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. You know that story. Am I dating myself again? Well, Seymour Nadelman was part of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. These guys were just street guys. Then you learn so much from them. And so that was my college education. I have no college other than the street. And so I did that, but I could see that working for him, it wasn't, I couldn't grow. I couldn't be the next level. And so I had my real estate license. My dad had made sure that I went and got that. And I got I went and borrowed $10,000, and I went to work not buying and selling, but selling, being a salesperson in real estate. And I didn't want to spend that money, so I didn't have furniture, I didn't have anything, you know, I was single at the time. And so I remember selling a house and saying, okay, I'm going to buy some lamps with that. Okay, and then I would sell another house, and I would say, okay, I'm going to get a couch with that. And that's how I furnished my house, that there was nothing in my house. It was a have to, all right? As time went on, I had to create other have tos to the money, okay? Because there was a point, Jesus, true story, where if I got an extra $10,000 in the bank, I started to get complacent. This is way back in the beginning. Now, I know maybe that happens to you guys. And I had to learn to hide the money from my vision, because I had to learn to be motivated without the money in the bank. And that was the hardest thing for me. And I had to learn that. That was learned. And I do see agents that have that. I kind of suggest to them, why don't you just I'll open a bank account for you. We'll put both of our names on it, but I have to sign to let the money out. I will never sign. They don't know that, but so I become their board of directors, so to speak. I don't know. Does that help? Does that? That's what kind of motivated me and moved me along. It was great. I do want to answer the book question, and I actually read this book now every year. Tony Robbins, Awaken. There was 2 books. His first book, I want to say Awaken the Giant Within, but I think that was book 2. First book, I forgot the name of it, but I read both of those books every single year. And then there's a movie I always watch, which came out later, which is called Rudy, R-U-D-Y. Those of you have never seen Rudy, yeah. You have. I took
baseball player, right? Baseball player.
He was a football player. Yeah, for Notre Dame, exactly. Phenomenal story of a guy that should never, ever had achieved anything in his life, and he crushed it because of his attitude and his will and his determination. And I just related to that. So that anyway, maybe that can help you a little bit.
Thank you, Neil. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You bet.
All right, who has the next question out there? 1 or 2 more questions, and we're going to wrap this up because we're at 10 o'clock already.
Woo.
Yeah, time flies.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Neil. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nobody has any other questions? You get the shy people here, Neil.
I get it.
Movie,
I understand. No, Rudy's. I took the whole office when the movie came out. I took my whole company to go see the movie. We went on a 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon, and saw the movie. It was great. Anyway, that's it.
Go to the movie.
I want to say something.
I know that voice.
Of course. Christina, how are you?
I'm happy. I'm super happy. I'm super happy to see the best two brokers in one screen right
Oh,
now.
you are so sweet. Keep talking.
Thank you. Yeah, this is super like epic. Anyways, Neil, I have learned so much from you, and I wanted to congratulate you for your mastermind group that you have now. It's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
also, I wanted you to share with my office what you always used to say those Wednesdays and at noon. Remember
Well, I
that you have
said
a
lot
class
of
on
things.
Wednesdays at noon, and you used to say, buy properties, pay them in 15 years.
Yes.
Don't steal the deal,
Yes.
but keep going every 2
Yeah.
years.
Yes.
Could you share that with us?
I think, yes, I'd be more than glad to. What Christina's talking about is a wealth building concept that I talk about every year, 2-3 times a year to my staff and to anyone else that want to hear it. But where we miss out, I believe in the real estate business, is we get short-sighted and we buy a piece of property, maybe we buy something and we flip it. We make good money. Don't get me wrong. There's some good money can be made there. However, the issue is that it's a buy and hold world. Okay, this is a buy and hold world, and the example I use is that I bought a piece of property in Rowland Heights. I actually still have this piece of property. I don't know that I'll ever sell it because I love telling this story. I paid $78,000 for it. I don't know when I bought it, but a long time ago. And I was laughed at by everyone in the office that I overpaid by $1,500. Laughed at. Okay. I felt kind of bad. I said, because I knew I had overpaid for it, but it had a really good assumable loan on it, and I could get in pretty cheap, and it paid for itself. There was no negative cash flow. And so I bought this piece of property. So Rowland Heights, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, properties on Los Palacios, not too far from the freeway, but still you could probably hear the freeway from the backyard. I paid $78,000 for it 25, 30 years ago. That house is worth, I don't know, what would you guys say?
550, 600?
Sorry?
550, 600?
Yeah.
Well, 750, Rowland High 750.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 750. It's every penny of 500,000.
Let me ask you, Neil, if we can get you 750 for that house, would you consider doing business with us?
I appreciate that. Good close. So what Christina's talking about was that what I teach is buy one house a year, put 20 to 25% down. The property has to break even, and then so back up. We have a system on how you can earn money, selling houses. That's the master selling system. And we show that. But you buy one house a year. The goal is to earn enough money to buy one house a year for 15 years. Okay, 20%, 25% down, has to break even. So an interesting thing, you guys can do this later today. When I start the class, I use a $350,000 or $400,000 house, and people always say to me, well, wait a minute, where's a $400,000 house in Los Angeles? You can't buy a $400,000 house in Los Angeles. So I challenge you right now, or whenever you guys are done today, go into the CRMLS, type in $400,000 or below property within a 25-mile radius of your office, okay? You will find 200 to 400 possibilities today. Now, maybe you wouldn't buy all of them. Maybe you wouldn't buy most of them, but there's one or two that you would consider buying. I guarantee it, okay? So you buy a $400,000 house. You buy a $400,000 house, and you put 20% down. I actually have the whole Excel spreadsheet on it. And you do that. And so $400,000 house is $100,000. 25% down is $100,000 down. You buy that piece of property. You have a $300,000 mortgage. You rent the property out. You rent it out. You put a 30-year mortgage on it. You rent it out. You don't take one penny out of that house monthly. Okay, you just let the money stay in the property and pay down the mortgage with the goal to have the mortgage paid off in 15 years. Okay? At the end, so you do this every year for 15 years. Let's say you're 40 years old today. On your 55th birthday, your first house pays off. Okay? You do this. Your first house pays off. Assume zero appreciation. What you paid for the house 15 years from now is what the house is worth on your 55th birthday. Assume zero appreciation, but the tenant has been making the payment for the last 15 years. Get it? Not you, the tenant has been making it. So now at the end of 15 years, you have a real free and clear asset worth $400,000 and $2,000 or $3,000 a month coming in as passive income, because the income that was coming in went to pay the mortgage every month and pay it down. Now you're in a situation where you get to keep that money. Okay, so that's the first house. On your 56th birthday, your second house pays off. You now have $800,000, two houses, 400 each. You now have $800,000 in true equity, no appreciation, and you have $4,000 or $5,000 a month coming in as passive income. Let's fast forward 10 years. It's your 65th birthday. Now, most of you on this call are young enough where you cannot see being 65 years old. But here's what I'm going to tell you. You're either going to be 65 or you're going to be dead. Not a really good picture, but that's it. There's no third option here, okay? You're going to be 65 or you're not going to be alive. So let's assume you're going to be 65 years old, and on your 65th birthday, your 10th house pays off. You have 10 houses at $400,000 each, means you have $4 million in true net equity, assuming no appreciation, and about $20,000 a month, $25,000 a month coming in as passive income. And you know what the really good news is, Joe? They still have 5 houses left over that haven't been paid off yet.
And the better news is they're going to be worth a lot more than $4 million.
But I'm not going to tell a seller that. I'm not going to tell a buyer that. See, I'm trying to get the agents to do that. But the agents, what they can do is turn around and talk to their clients and do that. That's what you're talking about, Christine?
Yes, definitely. And I love that. And it's in my mind. And thank you.
Good.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I want to say, if you can't buy one house a year, what if you bought a house every 2 years? So instead of having 15 houses at the end of 15 years, you had 7 $400,000 houses. You get my point here, you guys? 7 $400,000 houses is $2.8 million in true equity.
Yeah. Hey, gang, let's wrap up because I know it's getting past everybody's time. I want to be respectful of Neil's time. Let's give him a big hand. Give him a big hand, you guys. There you go, Neil. Some guy that I respected my entire life in real estate. He's just a tremendous value, not only to the C21 system, but to the entire industry, because he's just a solid
Joe,
person.
I appreciate that very much. I appreciate you. You're doing a great job with you and your people. And I think bringing things like this on a regular basis shows good leadership, great leadership on your part. So good stuff. All right, everybody. Okay. Glad to be here. You're welcome. All right, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil. Hey, Edwin Ramirez, are you out there? Edwin, let me see Edwin's face. Pull it up.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can. Oh, I see iPhone, but I don't see you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh my Lord. Okay, we're gonna look. Hey, everybody, just welcome Edwin Ramirez. We've been chasing this guy for a year and a half. He finally has made the move to All-Star. So say a little about yourself, Edwin, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
I'm 31 years old, married, kid. I live in Paramount. I have another one on the way in November. I've been 3 years in the business. I have a background in the medical field. I was in the medical field for about 7 years. Yeah, like Joe said, we've been communicating for a year, and definitely changed my mindset early this year to be focused more on sellers and getting more listing base. So yeah, I'm excited to learn from all you guys, and especially for you, Joe, everyone, Richard, Kyle, everyone.
All right, good. So we'll give everyone a happy welcome here. So, hey, Richard, go ahead and take it away, and let's end the meeting.
All right.
10.
Okay, guys. So, guys and gals, Brianna's computer's on the fritz right now. So, you know how we end it. I put it up here. Hope you can read it. I kind of drew it out there. On the count of 3, guys. 1, 2, 3.
I'm
Determined, I'm fierce, I'm powerful, I'm
I'm
unstoppable. And Joey, you want to end it with, hold on, Joey Villascusa. You want to end it with the Rudy chant? Go for it.
No, I wanted him to do
Come on, Joey.
No. I'm out.
Hey, maybe next week we'll get Joey to do the Rudy chant. All right, take care. Guys, have a good weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your loyalty and your commitment to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone.